Yeah, see? What's up? Good morning. There's Ivy's daily screenshot. You should stitch them all together in a video, Ivy. He looks like old money, son. Oh my god. All right. So, back to what I was saying here. And I believe we've just potentially retested that level on the 30, but that 591.71 area, that's where price, we don't want price to obviously see a reclaim. That level kind of shifts down to 591. You can see it, especially those of you guys who just got through taking the workshop. You should be able to see this. Steel drum's going crazy right now. So I would say, yeah, here we go. I would say anything above 591.75 is subject to a retest of 593. This is my blueprint for the Qs today. Is subject for a 593.13 retest. If we can maintain price underneath the 591.46, then I would like to potentially, right, on these higher time frames, and I was just tracking this on the hourly, right, looking over to my left. Just this box or this hourly candle right here where we have opened up and pushed. I'd like to see the bottom of that at 589.50. 850. Can we move the screen? I can. I don't know if you can. If you have the capabilities to do that, it might be a problem. One second. He said Giat alert. Um, that's crazy. You know, if you want to know a toxic trait about me, I have all of these hats still. And when I can't find my hat within arm's distance, I'll just go get a new one. Put it on my uniform. Sell me a hat, $1,000. That's way above asking price, but I can raise the bid. So anyway, that being said, I am looking for a 589.55 break to the downside. I did draw a box over here. Yep. So just to reaffirm what we're looking at, you can kind of see that that's where price is at right now. I want to see that 589.58. If that does break, right, 30-minute time frame, we could be looking at continuation, obviously, to levels much further below that in the 588 range. Now, zooming out, right, and looking at the market as a whole, the intentions that I have on QQQ are, I feel like I've been pretty clear about where I would like to see price move down to. And that is going to start with a target of 582.50 for those of you looking at longer expiration positions. And if obviously today, and so a lot of you probably might already be in those longer expiration positions, seeing that we did, in fact, yesterday lose that floor again. And so as we look down for bigger targets, that 582.50 comes into view first. So it is not my birthday. He did. He said he put on his uniform. That was actually, I can't even be mad. That was crazy. I put my hat on and someone on TikTok said, "Look, he's putting on his uniform." That's crazy. Happy 21st birthday. Okay. Very cool. You guys are diabolical, dude. All right, IWM. Now, I'm going to keep this shit simple, all right? Because I feel like I do not need to overcomplicate this at all. It's the wick, right? It's the wick. Obviously, pre-market lows haven't shifted any lower to that wick, but that would be and should be probably one of the first areas that I'm going to be watching and reacting to price. Just like I explained to those of you guys in the workshop yesterday, I do that, right, by looking at what we've put in front of us, even if it is pre-market. So if we wick down and price moves to the floor at 242.77, then how we react and what we have above us will ultimately help me gauge that decision, or gauge the strength behind that move. So, okay, well, uh, we broke it. We'll see if we hold it. And I'm on the 5 minute now. So again, I don't care if you're in the Discord and you copy my chart, right? If it's a good setup to the upside. And if we can identify a good setup to the upside and we're in something on the other side, when we start to lose levels or reclaim levels that would prop that position up, that's when we have to reconsider. Shit. Slow down, Shouty. Hold on. Come back up. Right here. Iran not backing up. Yeah, they sent a trolling, like they trolled Trump about Twitter. I think it was last night or something like that. It might have been the day before. Yeah, I'm actually about to get Benzinga a news service again. It's more or less like because I'm hearing these headlines, mad late. It's not that I want to react to them. It's knowing the narration as to what they're, reacting off of. Yeah, I read this morning and it was like USO is pumping. It's like the fuck? No, it's not. All right, now let's can someone ask Panbody if we get the Epstein files? Not that the Dow is not at 50K. I hope so. All right, we got QQQ, IWM, and SPY. SPY is already heading to my target, so if you did swing last night with that candle close, fuck. SPY is actually turning out to be the beautiful one. That being said, I have a major 24-hour bounce level nearing at 650.450. However, I do have this mark right here at 650.671 that price has bounced and responded to, and it is rushing down to that level. God damn it. There it is. Fuck. They took our trade. That's a bounce. Anyway, this structure here in pre-market will likely be what starts moving price if we do find a floor today. This is again the 2 minute, but it translates pretty well. 30-minute time frame. We're just looking at this range to get reclaimed. So you're not my dad. Hi. If there's a lady who comes up on a bike, lady on a bike. Back in my day, a lady would never be on a bike. She'd be in my lap. I'm sorry. What are we listening to? All right, anyway. So that's about it. I mean, let's look at the hourly here. And this is, yeah, so I did mark this out, folks, earlier. But these levels now, you can start looking left, right, on the hourly and 2 hour to price action that occurred back in 2025, because these boxes, as you just saw, are clearly relevant. I think my top's right there. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Batman? So we have, I would say next, and I'm going to adjust this really quick. So we have the 256.50, which is now going to be our pre-market low. That would give way to a, so these are targets you can mark down or write down, right? He doesn't do signals. 656.41, that's our pre-market, just your pre-market low, right? Break would give you a 654.30 and floor target 652.60. Obviously, we're looking for continuation to the downside. So ultimately, that 650 psychological number is going to be something, you can't just expect to butter through 650 without a catalyst. So, yeah. All right. Now, that's about it um, for the ETFs. Again, you can kind of go um, move down into the hourly time frame on whatever respective stock that you're looking at and start looking at that older price action now that we're looking at the lows. Again, one of the reasons that I am focused, I guess, a little bit more on IWM is it is completely empty versus we're nearing major levels on the Qs and SPY. So now if we did, and pretty much already are sitting around this wick, so I want it to break. All right, guys, if you have anything you want me to take a look at, here's a couple of things that I'm watching today. Oi! Sorry, just slipped out. Uh, so we're sitting on the wick. Sitting on the wick. And I'm looking for this, obviously, on the higher time frame to clear. I don't believe there's any real structure here, save for yeah, there it is. Okay, so this is what I mean about finding whatever detail. The intraday. So those of you guys who just took the class, I've I see on the 24-hour that I'm bouncing off a wick, right? That's pretty easy to identify. But in order to see how do we keep falling, this is my plan, right? Take a look at crispy, right? And then we pull that over to right now's price action. And we're going to want to see a candle settle in. Otherwise, yes, guys, this is not the place to hold and hope if you don't have the expirations, right? You need to have a plan as far as what is above, right? And what is below. These things, again, can be identified even on the 3 minute. So on Tesla above us, we have 387.37. And of course, a little bit more of a significant floor at 387.98. Even though it's stupid small, it's still relevant. It's the gears underneath that higher time frame that make things work. What is the timing of my classes? I just did the workshop. Do you ever do a workshop session on this about scalping futures in shorter time frames? Last night, uh, and I fuck Ivy, I gotta upload that. Last night I did a class, and I did go down on lower time frames and down to like the 30-second, and was yeah talking about it on there. But yeah, somebody did mention could I do a scalping class, which I don't know why you'd want me to do that. I'm not a scalper, which I know that sounds crazy, but I'm really inherently not a scalper, dude. I get lost in the sauce. Something fucking fierce. Yeah, I'll take a look at it in just a second. Hold on. Have you ever had a dream Yeah, Tesla has a long, long way to go. And unfortunately now we have a gap. So if we are able to find any floors today, this candle could turn into a wick, and then we could be looking in the other direction. So obviously exciting, but certain other things need to happen in order to make this work. So what am I trading? Well, I've been short on Tesla for a while, a long while, since basically up here. I've been going through hell. Um, IWM, short on that one, short on the Qs. Huh? Do what? Yeah. Wait, to who? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry. Yeah. I had no idea what you're talking about. Here's a pro tip if your wife ever asks you to send her like 30 or 50 bucks or 100 bucks, just send her 200. Just double it, whatever it is. There you go. What did you say? Yeah. Buenos dias. What is this? I need that. All right, yeah, we're gonna take a look at it in just a second. Sorry. Oh, you know what? That's why I'm so brain dead right now. I never finished making my fucking coffee. I never finished making my espresso, dude. Shit. Can we just fuck it? Oh, IWM. How far down? Who took Baba short yesterday? Anybody take Baba short? That candle closed back under the floor? Please, somebody said, please. I feel like that was I took 125. Oh, dude, you're about to make a fucking nasty bag. Yeah, that looks ridiculously good. All right. Sorry about that. I need that coffee, dude. Or non-functional. All right, what are we looking at? If you guys have any requests, let me know. Potter, can you look at Unity calls? Okay, well, for those of you guys who are in Baba, Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised more people didn't explore this one. I have a target to the downside at 123. However, this is a good kind of quarter point, if you will, to potentially trim if you did take this short. That's a massive move overnight. But yeah, it is cost basis at 123 basically that I'd be looking at as a target to the downside. Yeah, that's an excellent that who if you got that excellent because I'm pretty sure that was I don't think that was super high risk. All right, let's see. APP down. I feel like I could bounce off these levels. It's got a lot of volume. I mean, again, that you could be front running something. It does look like it has that box that you built on the way out. So presumably, if it finishes the punch down, you could see 1 395.69, right? But at that, I mean, you're kind of in an uptrend. So if the market overall dumps, then you might be in luck as this one kind of, and let's see, if you kind of just encapsulate this whole range, or just even look at that, yes, there's definitely reason, or rather, it's clearly under seller control and has opened up underneath that. So there's room for potentially more downside, but again, you're going to be looking at that lower time frame, empty space in here to like 397.87 once you break through this box. So, all right, let's see. Whew, my hair, dude, it's just crazy today. All right, Unity calls and great hair. Obviously, in this environment, I'm not exactly sure how, you know, awesome that could turn out to be. Um, this is the clearest trend. I don't see good structure underneath me, so I usually will go and look at it as a range. With that being said, I see perhaps a 1887 man, but like, dude, this is where I just make definitive like bullish statements. It's 2050. If you want to go long, it's 2050, or when you lose the floor, it's when you reclaim it. SoFi, death. You're nearing the wick. That's this is problem solving mode, right? We're gonna be looking at the usually the candle open. So anything, I mean, that's simple enough right there. You could just say that a reversal likely happens above 1695. So you're looking to break the wick. And yes, SoFi does have some more short opportunities to 1597. I'd watch 1665, but yeah, I see a shot down. Fucking baseline is ridiculous, dude. Lake models come out of the sky. Whoa, doggy. Not bad. Not bad at all. 202. Oh, Baba. Damn, Baba. Damn, Baba. You're gonna be rich. 202.50 would be one of my first right about where you're at right now, and 202.50 would be the first targets I see to the downside. I don't know exactly what you're looking at or for, I guess, but if you are in shorts, this would be one of the first points of contact. There is more empty space underneath that box to potentially give you a 192.50 target, if that's what you're looking at. Beautiful. Yes. 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 Wasn't there like some wrestler who said that shit? Yes. Yes. This is all working out. 641. This is one we talked about, and I actually had you guys do as homework. And with a good long expiration, this one has a pretty clear target for me, right about here, at $6 flat. And that's the first red candle here to your left. And of course, typically when I find myself in these pockets of empty space, I'll split it out or split it up. And that's 658. So 2 targets right there. Yes. Tap your screen. All right. What else? CC punchback. Wake up. Why am I not live? I get unbanned from that profile at 4:30, so you ain't finna see me now. Holy shit, Papa! Oh my god! Uh, 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 I'm not excited about Tesla. It still scares me. Still a little scared. Shaking in my boots. Shaking in my little boots. There is a potential punch down through 1780, and I would give you a target of 1650. So it would look something like that. No way, Luis is back. SPY will drop to 90 to $100. The biggest crasher ever is coming. Docu, it closed all right. It closed okay, but it did not close outside of that candle on the 2 hour. And it looks like it's about to get bent back over due to market conditions. So if you're in Docu, I would look for the let's see, 30-minute. I was going to say you have a floor here. I'd be looking to see if you can get a response off of that to wick back up to that 47.70 area, but I don't know if the conditions right now are going to allow for it. I swung positions, so I'm not really looking to necessarily jump. I mean, there's a couple things I might jump into, play some reversals if I see that, mostly in opposition. I can't do this right now. I can't. There's no way I'm talking with that shit playing in the background. Holy hell. Uh, yeah. Yeah, Ducky's 47.75, and it's been a pretty solid level to bounce off of, but I just think market conditions are gonna make it pretty tough. Oh my god. Oh my god. Damn. I just want to make a bag, Poppy. Oh my God, Poppy. Oh, we come. Yeah, you know what? That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, we'll put that one on. Pretty sure I had that. The remix to this one is also pretty fire. All right, now I got to make a brief warning, guys. We've just made basically an entire, and we could keep going. I'm not putting limitations. We will watch, but we just slammed into a couple of pretty juicy levels. Yeah. And immediately bounce. Get out of here, dude. Sheesh. What do we bounce off of? Still trying to hold the imbalance. Mm. Jesus Christ, Baba. Holy shit. Did anybody get Baba? Now that everybody's hopping on here? Fuck. That shit is. Oh, that candle closed underneath the top of the box there. Yesterday was a great put entry. Yeah. Do I like Q's or Spy better? I like IWM better. At least in terms of what it is capable of potentially filling to the downside. Q's is a preference because I've been waiting a long time. Um, but everything is on, guys. We're at a floor, and we've been in this scenario where price is opened at a floor and it reversed something crazy. And by losing this floor, we are granted access to this one. So we need continuation, obviously, to the downside. And the best way to deal with this, right, is either you're day trading, these 24-hour retest, or you're in a longer expiration looking for that, leg down. So I'm hoping that we're going to open below this 24-hour candle to our left. But if we open on top of it, there's a good chance we're going to bounce. Yeah, I see it. Everything just bounced. It's 918. Mm. You said Micron? You got a lot to break down below. You got a gap to fill at 426.44 first. Um I think this is where you're at is by far, maybe that 428 level as well. So mm. 10 minutes before the bell. Diafucking-bolical. That's one of the reasons I love hitting targets, but hitting targets too soon. Yeah, because Tesla's already giving entry. If it pops before the bell, well, they're pulling price back up to a level that they can exhibit a control. But Tesla, yeah, Tesla's gonna. I'm gonna have to create a game plan here. Yeah, I know. Hey, 388 is gonna be a retest level on the lower time frame. Basically, right? Yeah, we have a pocket. Pretty sure we're about to pop up and hit 387. So, okay. Yeah, IWM popped. It did move pretty quickly, and the same rule applies. But it was able to grab hold of a floor. So, we said Dollar General. What's up? Good morning. 594s on the Qs. You swung those from yesterday, obviously. Yeah. If you have, maybe a contract or two and price is heading, we just retested pretty nice. So, but ooh, look at it reversing off of that retest. Ooh, that was spooky. Uh, I love he said that's okay. All right, so 4 hour holding. I don't have a box here. I have a big ass range, and you're sitting at the 50% mark of that range at the bottom here, right? So I would say maybe we're looking at a potential retest right at that 128, but there's empty space up there, and that type of candle right here, that's tough to yank down. Um, and you said a box between 127. Okay, I don't have that. 124, 20. So I have that. I hate this song. Yeah. The fuck. There we go. Talking heads is good. So yeah, I feel like this one you might need to be patient on that if you're looking short on this one because there's an opportunity to get above 128 and tap that 129.68 and maybe even get a one, yeah, 134 retest. What should I put money on today? Want to know who keeps Dollar General produce in business? Produce in business. Yeah. I mean, they usually put it in pretty, oh God, pretty impoverished areas. I got you. Yeah. I think it's just not as much of a box as we'd like it to be. So, what's the target on the downside for Tesla? Oh, don't talk to me right now. I'm just kidding. I'm being a brat because I want a straight line and I know better, right? But the target to the downside for me is 368. And today, you know, depending on where we get to, my hope is that we can get a little further down. I've got this wick right here, which is 380, 386. But ultimately, this is the. Let me just say this as well. We did not open below the floor. Okay, we didn't. So we need to stay down. Stay down. Who is Tesla? I mean, yes, yeah. I expect it to probably bounce somewhere, or as it has done. It is the first day that we're trying to leave. I'm prepared for a wrestling. All right, folks. Take profit where profit is needed to be taken. If you have the ability to leave runners, remember our ability to problem solve using price is what gives us our edge. Suffer the pain of discipline or suffer the pain of regret. Oh my God. Thoughts on the TJR files? Nothing needs to be said, man. Everything's just gonna eat my donut. I've been saying, yeah. Where's the burrito? It's gone. Sheesh. 50% of that green candle is where you first saw that bounce. I need the 15-minute candle to break. Luis. No way. Luis just said, see you tomorrow. After giving us such a bold prediction, He said, I'll be back tomorrow. Fucking ominous ass. Oh, Tesla. All right, we just got a floor here on IWM. IWM has a likely reversal over this 260 or 243.61. I don't have a super coherent box until we get to yesterday's close, which basically has 245.45. Um, yeah, it's really a little ugly. Do you guys trim? If you guys had any downside, I'm still obviously holding on to some. I'm watching potential reversals on Tesla and IWM right now. If you had Baba, please screenshot that shit. Oh my god, you should be up a bajillion dollars. Damn, Tesla. What the fuck? Did I miss something? Yo, did I miss something? Is anybody in Tesla with me? Oh my god. Wick. Yo, what the fuck? Nope. Reel it in, dude. Reel it in. There's money coming out of my ears. All right. This is the wick. This is the wick, guys, right here. This is the 50% mark. I might look at bouncing it right here with shorter expiration contracts. I haven't. No, I don't have a plan yet. Hold on. I'm looking for a floor. I'll fucking take it, dude. I'll fucking take it. Sheesh. Double fucking salute. Oh, down? Oh, shit. How is that possible? Okay. Oh, I just opened the P&L, baby. Oh. I've waited 84 years. Yeah, you're right. Doc, he is fucking going in it. Look at it. Look at it go, dude. Come on, Tesla. Huh? What? In the middle? What? Hey, hey, close that. Yeah. No. I'm having a moment right now, okay? I said it would be tough for fucking Docu to possibly do that, and it said, "How about you shut the fuck up?" Excuse my language. Sorry, dealing with the euphoria right now. Got to breathe through it, friends. Got to breathe through it. Just trying to make sure that I'm being the only place that I have clarity, and I'm looking for it is here. But Tesla also will fall really, really fast with and give you very little chance to actually stop out. So you got to be careful about your hedges, or you'll just end up getting fucking deep fried before you can do anything. IWM is just broken over that 243.68. Still looking for a reclaim of the 243.83 level. If you're watching on YouTube or on Discord, we're going to need to reclaim that. Again, not calling for a reversal, just looking at these as retests right now. Like right now, Potter's looking for a short term. Yes, the bounces are determined by what you're able to actually reclaim. Right? See the first green candle to your left, the bottom right here, you wick off of it. If it gets over the top of it, right, I'm going to assume that it's likely going to go to the next one. If it gets over this one and there's nothing up above me, then I can assume safely. And again, it's all about risk to reward in these scenarios where, I've got a bajillion dollars to the downside. But unfortunately, this type of move can inflate. Oh my God. These contracts that are like $200 though were worth $900 yesterday. I remember. Yeah, I would use like 395s. Docu is still holding. Very surprised to see that one perform the way it is. I'll be keeping 1,000 with you. Backwards? I look like a douchebag when I wear my hat backwards. Keys are still holding their lows a little bit. Has anybody who is short, gotten the majority? What? Talk to me if you have anything to talk about. After that Tesla move, you wear your hat backwards. Yeah, we've had a shift of energy here. There's been an aura shift, if you will. I think we're gonna adjust that there. Clearly, Wick. Look at how much volume is in this. Dude, the queues are nuts right now. I get in here, Anakin. Would now be the time. See, that's what I'm trying to teach you guys. Instead of asking me, you would be able to look at it and say, okay, it's not that it's time, right? Yes, it's on a floor, but we could break this floor. You're going to respond to every single floor. So as we go, and as you can see, we're climbing up those stair steps. Here's the next one. Tap, grab. If we can blow through and secure this floor right here. Let's go to I'm going to go down here to yep, hold on one second. 395s is what I got. But if you're looking at this from a like full on reversal, like place to buy, I can't call that yet because I'm in the middle of a fucking short. Tomorrow would make Tesla's 3-day move down average. You are correct. Yeah, shill. I'm short as well. But is there going to be upside moves? Yes, there's going to be retests. There's going to be all sorts of shit. Right when you think it's so bearish, they'll bounce it, and right when you think there could be a recovery, they'll dump it. What's my IWM target to the upside? Probably going to be that 244.92, my friend. How'd you do on your puts, by the way? Not bad, dude. Okay. You said 595? Oh, calls. I right now. So the one thing that kind of sucks, dude, about what we see, what we have right in here is it's not like this is the reach. I'm gravitating always towards volume. Like with Tesla, obviously, you know, I'm gravitating towards what we've broken. Hold on one second. I gotta go look over to my left here. To my left, to my left, to my left. There. You see price flirting around right now, right here. Sorry, guys. I'm actively doing multitasking right now. Um, so I would say, yeah, more than likely a 590, 150 retest would be most likely, I think, if you're able to. And again, all of this is nice. Yeah, 395s. It's the only thing that's difficult about this, man, is there's no real solid structure right now. And so over this median, which we're literally rejecting off of, if we can bounce and hold this floor, then I would be looking at 590. And that I think this right here, that range, if you can reclaim that 591, then yeah, you could see a level like that retested. But on the 30-minute. All right, well, give me 2 seconds, man. I gotta hold up. Let me hold on 1 second. WM's floor is getting reclaimed here a little bit. Okay, so that 5 minute, right, that I just pointed out on Tesla, now you're seeing it, right, at play. There you're nice. Nice. Good fucking God, dude. If you guys are on TikTok and you got any sweet tendies, share them in the Discord. Fuck, bro. TikTok is driving me nuts. All right, so we got a floor on IWM. Again, I'm tracking that little range here. What happened? I forgot to hit the inactivity fucking stupid thing. Cost basis on IWM just got tapped. Tesla's starting to wiggle a little bit. It's moving quickly, starting to, I think, create a range. Beautiful dump, dude. Beautiful dump. Affirm. Uh, yeah, Affirm actually has a. That's interesting. I could speculate on that, maybe. All right, Tesla has a 45-second, which again, I know it's crazy that we're on this time frame, but it is moving fast and it is clear. But if we can move through that structure overhead, you're probably going to be looking at another attempt to get into that empty space. Why did it say I got blocked? I have no idea, dude. Dude, Snow's waiting for the market to bounce so I can clearly explode or something. Oh shit, dude. Alex was talking mad shit about you in his newest upload. Oh, because he's clawing. He's suffering. He looks like somebody who's in a lot of debt. Plans to ease capital rules for big banks, which may unleash billions in new lending, share buybacks, and dividends. Good God. Fuck the regular folks. Cute quantitative easing for banks. It's insane. I'm in IWM calls. You're day trading right now, Blake? Doing a little day trade? Oh Lord, they're pushing. Yeah, I still have 395 calls on Tesla right now. Okay, we got three. This is where Tesla has to get up. Get up! Obviously, I don't care if it doesn't, but it needs to. IWM looking at cost basis here to give you that 244.66 above. Tesla moving up to that top of the box that I was talking about over here on the 5. There it is, tippity tap. Obviously, there's a butt ton of empty space up here to the upside. But it's going to be that level right there. Right there. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. God, he's moving like kind of dog water right now. Good stop loss on the IWM to 43.74. How much are I see a target of 46 on Affirm over 45.50. Oh, my 244.70 target on IWM sure slapped. A little hard though. Box. Retest. Tap your screen if you're on TikTok. Good bounce. Look at the bounce on fucking IWM. Ridiculous. That's where somebody might get spooked. Do I see a candle coming off of this? IWM is looking to go tap my 244.78 now off of that beautiful retest. If it can go break this out. Roger. I think it's gonna be fuck this. Sorry. Start saying bad words when I do the same thing when I'm driving a boat. 245, yeah. I couldn't see what I needed to. It's bothering me. You drive boats? I was a boat captain. And yes, I've navigated I used to drive I used to live on a island that was only accessible by boat. All right, this sounded pretty bad in this time and age. Back in the day, it wasn't so bad. There was not. I was. It was a job that I had. This is getting worse. You're a pirate. Feel like a pirate. I'm here to steal the booty, dude. Give me the booty. Give me the booty. Did you know Jeffrey Epstein, the financier? Nope, he had nothing to do with that island. Does confidence in entries on longer streams get better over time? Yes. But also, I want to remind everybody this. Like, stop looking at yourself for not being able to, like, certain stocks, individual equities have definitely gone in particular directions and you could have taken advantage of them. But as far as the ETFs as a whole, right? QQQ still, right? Even though we just made a new low to the wick, is still in a range. I mean, we are out of this range, right? We are trying to lose this floor. This is the question for today, right? So having like, look, that's a uptrend, that's a downtrend, that's an uptrend, that's a downtrend. What's this trend? Nothing. You want to know why it's been so difficult to place longer or see continuation, at least on a lot of these ETFs? Because even this one, we just started to leg down. You know, we saw a breakdown. I mean, this one probably has been pretty good. SPY also surprisingly performed really well today as yeah, as well. So you said with 3 contract at 245 call for IWM, playing with fire, my boy. I mean, I would when if I'm going to enter something that close, which again, uh um I think if you're, needing to ask me, it might not be a great idea, right? If you don't feel confident in what you're seeing, if you're looking at IWM right now, my boy, you need to be looking at what needs to be grabbed, right? Or what needs to be held, and that's obvious. That's 244.97. And if that gets reclaimed, you could say 245.50 and even 246. So you could potentially lower your risk, but what matters now is how or where you're able to set a stop loss, and that's the issue is you're at seller's stop loss on IWM. And so when this is broken, you can use it as yours, but you have a floor right up above you that could knock you right the hell back down. So when I get into a position, I like to know that we have reclaimed something that offers continuation. Watch the retest right here. That's the Yes, 49.75, 45. Yes, I do. Right now, we cannot, and I will not be a part of anything back underneath basically $49. That's done. So yeah, it doesn't negate the empty space, but it does exhaust that area. Yeah, Ja. So look, that floor right there, 245. You just tapped it and you went red. So your 245s, right? You don't want them to get closer to being in the money and then fall away from it. You want to know that it's got continuation so that way you're going to stay in the money. I mean, it could be scalp, but can you QQQ? I've never actually tried to physically embody the NASDAQ, but I will try that tonight. Very good. Very good. Not my favorite. Oof. Smooth operator. Oh, sorry. 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 What, Jerry? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really, I don't really see that dude very often, so I don't know. Price is building. Well, hopefully you didn't put that much onto whatever you were doing, dude. Could I imagine doing this in the olden days? Fucking buying paper shares? screaming at Wall Street floor. Seven, 8 years. I exit my 245 post this morning when hold above 245.50. Make some money? Or are you talking about longer expiration? Cisco is ripping. Yeah, that's the right one. Jesus Christ. It's ripping. It's in range, though. IWM's median approaching at 245.50. Am I watching Microsoft? No. No, definitely not. Yo, Tesla's weak sauce right now. Nice. Dude, IWM is there. That's control right there. How do I know on IWM if it's a reversal or a fake out? It's able to maintain and hold price. Like, I mean, right now, right, we're able to maintain and hold a floor. That's how I know that price is settled. And then, especially when an area like the 50% mark is broken, I know that there's continuation to the upside because that's the volume that's keeping you down. And if you surpass 50% of that volume, you're looking at continuation. My take on Meta. What's up, man? Okay. My opinion on Meta really quickly. I should have re-entered a put position, but that's okay. I did what I set out to do. Uh-huh. Yeah. A little busy on IWM right now because we got squeeze targets. Okay. So 245.50. Holy shit. Target 246.48 if anybody's trading this one. I got an alert on the news that Trump prevented another Holocaust. Jesus Christ, dude, these power bills are nuts. I haven't. That's there. Ground news. Ground news. Yeah. Is anybody trading anything here? Want me to take a look at anything? Yeah, let's look at AOK real quick. 24. In IWM calls? I thought so. I could feel your guys' spiritual energy. Well, we're nearing a pretty important mark here. Price is retesting the floor that you reclaimed at 245, 244.93. I think right here we could see a nice little pop. If you're on TikTok right now, my screen is, I know it's delayed, but it's a little clearer. I have it on low latency though, so never mind, it's normal. Do I think that Tesla goes to 360? Yeah. Now, whoever with AOK, I would argue to the downside that it does have definitely another pocket of empty space, but to simplify this, it's here to here. So that's 37.35. Nice bounce on IWM. See that, guys? Oh my god. Oh my god. And then here, or desktop center in the middle of the having a coffee and a Nutella sandwich. I'm having a croissant coffee donut, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's delicious. I know it's not good for me, but I'm also here to enjoy life every once in a while. He said, "You say you're not a scalper." Literally called the pop 10 seconds before. We do a little scalping. As far as you're concerned, I don't. As far as me in private, sometimes. So when you mark those areas, you're looking for it to cross the middle to get in. I'm looking for it to cross the middle to verify that continuation is going to happen. That's what I do. So this is typically where we'd see price try and push off of cost basis and try and push up to that next high. The only variable, or the not variable, but the only other outcome here would be you build a box around it. But this is typically where you take that volume and push up into the highs. they're going to bounce off the wick. Me too, Michael. Me too. Probably going to hit here if you don't bounce off the top. Mm-mm. Uh-oh. All I got left is cost basis. All right, now you're at risk of maybe losing your grip. You're losing your grip. Watch the retest down here, but that's gonna, you just punched down on that 1 minute time frame, and now you're hitting the structure underneath you, which is right here. Sorry, I left my talk to text on. Jerry, what happened, dude? And how did you lose all? I mean, why would you put? Yeah, from my glass of coffee to yours. Watch out for Tesla. It's leaving that empty space. Hypothetically, if someone's trying to short that, they'd wait to see if it. Yeah, you could look for a rejection off of that cost basis, and if cost basis drives price back underneath structure that's holding it up, or in this example, right, cost basis fails to. When you reject it, you break the floor that you. So it'd kind of be like if we shot down here and then retested it, and then rejected off at the top of that. But yes, you could do that. Andrew, you're not making 1,000% trades. You're not even profitable. Why would you? Why would I believe you? Oh, you do. He thinks he's a quant trader. That's cute. All right, Andrew. I already know. I already know too much. Get out of here. That's fucking hilarious. That's probably the next wave. Is people trying to pretend like they're quants. Andrew is co-host of American Dream Trading. Is he really? Oh yeah. Ugh. He doesn't post anything of value at all. Get the fuck out of here. Diabolical. I am not watching that one as tightly as I'm watching this one. Let's see. What was that again? Yeah, right into that overhead. Ooh, and now it's gonna try. Ooh, and it wicked off of the bottom. Ooh. Ah, yeah. Ah, it came on the mix. Now I gotta change it. JU. So anybody long, right, with anything shorter expiration probably already should have been out with your punch down. Tesla back down to the lows here, but I don't like that. Yeah, we could bounce pretty good here. This is our ticket back up. Let's see what we get right here, guys. Yeah, actually, so if you look at the 30-minute on the cues, that whole structure has been failed. We have failed to grab hold of that off of our bounce this morning. And any candle closing near 589.40 is we are subject to fall. I don't have any Zins. Oh, okay. Tesla no good on the floor. I've got this. Oh, fuck you, man. Come on. I gotta be drawing right now fast. Oh my god, come on, Tesla. You're sitting at the 50% mark of the wick. Who noticed this fucking 50% shit, dude? He sucks. I have not done anything to Tesla. I'm in this one, dude. I have once or twice now this morning, but no, dude, I don't know, dude. I have a wild self dialogue where I'm like, it's probably not super nice, but I'm like, dude, hold the fucking target, you piece of shit. With like, like, I know where it's at. I kind of get myself fired up. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I have a, I don't know, this is weird shit, but it's like, I have a way of firing myself up. I don't know if it's autism or something, but like, I'll be like, I'll zoom out, right? Because I know what I've been talking about this for fucking months now. You know what I mean? So it's like I've seen the type of numbers that result in me holding to my target, and I I reignite that, like, if it either fucking works or it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, do this shit, and if something ends up getting recovered, I'm obviously very deep in the green, so I have the liberty of being like, okay, and that's what I was literally just doing. I was trying to see if Tesla could actually grab hold of these wicks and try and drive price back up because we're well beneath that floor. But we're about to die. Uh, yeah. The profit has nothing to do. I mean, I'm here for profits, right? But it has nothing to do with the chart. And there is some areas that I will see as area, like I see as definitely areas to be trimming. And I've had positions where I was really green, go back to maybe like a quarter of what they were worth, and I had to call it quits. But I've also seen it through to my target, and I see that happen more often than anything else. So it's like I'm gonna stick to this plan. Netflix Netflix is your signal to get out of puts? What do you hold on one second. I got you. All right, I might play one more time. 395s on this one. Okay, so Tesla right now on this lower time frame is wicking off of that floor. So if it reclaims the floor, it's going to pop back, and it probably do that pretty violently. I would assume, I think pretty safely, that this big chunk of volume right here, which separates us from another nasty retest to the upside. Tesla, when it barrels, it will barrel against the market. And I'm hoping that, I said I don't know straight lines, but, this is one of those stocks that could draw a straight line. We've seen it. You know what also helps me? Is there's a cat right next to me in a basket that's connected to my desk, like as if he was like a, and I just pet the cat, man. Just pet the cat. How far out do I usually buy? You remind me of the fast guy in Wolverine. So, the fast guy is Wolverine. Hell yeah. Yeah, the cat is a essential part. This music is before your time. Yeah, I was not alive. Yeah. No. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He said, "Can I put a request?" You can, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna change it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that'd be nice. Spit it. Hot tour. All right, not 2 times. That makes me sick. Yeah. Oh my god. At me, please. At you. Ooh, shoulder. Here. This is the on my cat. Here, let me show the chat. That's the setup. He's got a little ice on him, a little something to keep him fresh. I got some 395 calls on Tesla right now, guys. It's not. This is. I wouldn't take this as a. I mean, you can take it as a play, man. I'm literally hedging a massive short position on Tesla right now. So that way, if I end up having to get out of my short position, and because Tesla squeezes my ass all the way up to pause, I gotta start. I don't think I was made for. I don't think I was made for TV and stuff. I can't. That's AI. Uh, I'm about to go get the Dutchie right now. Holy crap. Y'all are stressing me out. Yeah, definitely AI. Yes. Yes, that was AI. I need you to believe that. Do you believe that? Say you believe it. You better, you better, Neo, you better watch it, dude. Good. One more candle here should reach us here. What made you say that though? Say what? I know what you're about to click on, Neil, and I want you to think about it. I know exactly which one. Okay? Think about it before you do it. Think about before you do it. Think about. He said, "Girl, bear." Dude, ever since that thing had that news, dude, his price action has been wild. Oh, yo, that's fire. Okay, so it did get sunk down. Oh, everything is going according to plan here. Actually, I have a target of 92.12 on the way down. Stop loss right now is 93.61. Here goes that bounce right there on Tesla. Look at that shit. In out, in out. Unless you're in something longer expiration, things are gonna pop, drop, retest, fry you. And we also have to remember that we had a 24-hour move already. You know what I mean? It's tonight. Something. Past the Dutchie. Yeah, those musical youth. Yeah, I was just listening to it. You don't care, dude. Missy Elliott? What'd you say? No, no. That is from Musical Youth. Musical Youth. Here we go, right here on oh damn, I'm nasty with the hedging though. Look at that shit, boy. Oh! All right, I know that. Oh, thank you. All right, I'll take the compliment. Fuck yeah. I like music that makes me feel like I'm in the desert, dude. Ha! Planet Rock, you said? My shorting Tesla? Yes. um, yes, I am in a major or a pretty decent sized short position on Tesla. And because I see opportunity to the upside, I don't know if you guys saw, I did not even, Tesla fucking dumped so fat in pre market. And so, in order to essentially expedite any losses, uh, I've had to play a little closer in the money strikes as well, but I'm taking some 395s as a way to kind of front run what could be a potential squeeze, which I don't want to happen. So I have some insurance for that. You got a good taste in music? I don't think I have any. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of things that are my favorite. I love so many different kinds of music, though. God, look at the target. Yeah, so many different kinds of music. Meeting so many different people at a young age really like younger. I met a lot of people with a lot of different tastes in music. It was nice. Mm, 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 mm. Currently in 666 calls swings. The Devil's Strike. You know, if I was to flip this thing upside down, if you were to reverse off of this, which also you could argue that sellers are they're fighting. But with that being said, if this thing was to break down, let's see, like 665, 75 retested potentially. But that's obviously on a reversal. What's up, Anakin? You trading with me, my boy? Huh? So you're gonna left click on that and you're gonna, or yeah, left click on that and you'll go to settings and then you'll go to visibility and then you'll click on the interval that you actually want it visible. So like hourly, you have like, okay, I want it all the way from the hourly to the 24 hour, or I'll put it down and I only want it on the hourly to the, 4 hour. Like that. So look at that, Beth. There you got it, bro. Tesla double bottom. I don't believe in double bottoms, but I do see two bounces off of the floor. And if it punches back over 380, 350, then confirmation for a 385 retest up above. Hey, Gro, I'm new to this. Sorry for all the questions. Do you look at different time frames to confirm? Yes, I do a top-down analysis, and do not apologize for asking me questions. Don't feel guilty for wanting to learn. That's what the public education system has done to us. Dude, it's I we actually got, oh boy, we got our my son's teacher kind of like low key in trouble because she just straight up told him like he went to her. We told him because he was kind of struggling in math. I was like, go to her and say, I just am not understanding this. I really need your help. And she said, it's not my fault that you don't understand. And I called the school and I was like, what the fuck is she there for? I literally was, I pulled no punches. Peyton did too. And I was like, what is she, what is she even there for? And Peyton was like, how is he supposed to feel like he can learn when he can't ask his teacher what the fuck she means? Because she just keeps it pushing. And if you don't catch up, that's on you. Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, he goes to a good school, but doesn't mean there's not shitty teachers. Ao's last school was not a big fan of me because, yeah, I told one of his old teachers, he's had a couple teachers throughout the years where, other parents just kind of put up with that shit. But I told the principal, I was like, listen, your teacher, the lady, that we're having this conversation about, was very clearly bullied in school. And you can see it by how she carries herself and how she treats the kids and even like ostracizes different kids. I was like, she's clearly like, you have multiple kids complaining about this one person. I was like, it's not the kids. You know what I mean? It's the kids usually are relatively tolerant, but my kids' teachers are the same way in math. They're terrible. I mean, also, I know that it always goes back to like, some teachers are, are fed up, and some teachers, came into the system knowing that they couldn't be just teaching. and they're not going to get paid anywhere close. I mean, I feel for them too. You know what I mean? Like, you're telling me that you have to pay for your fucking classroom supplies and your decorations to make your room look good, and typically if you go look at the pay for the superintendents make sure that they get fucking guapo. They also feed the kids absolute dog water. Math teachers. I got help back in the third grade, and she was throwing away all my homework. Yeah, I don't put it. Listen, I get I get a little nasty. I will say I struggle with having patience in that area when teachers become bullies. Like Ao's teacher was like grabbing kids out of line and telling Ao that he was a bad influence. And I'm like, so can you describe to me like the bad influence? And she's like, well, he's always, wait, shaking his hands and like trying to get attention. And I'm like, how's he trying to get attention? She's like fidgeting, and like I'm like, you are fucking nuts. I was like, and I've told this to every single school because I've had teachers call. AO has what I have, whatever, I don't know what I have. Uh, I don't like when that happens. I did not click on Meta, and Meta Horizon link pops up and says, "No, I do not want it to change my apps." AO does this. Like if you're watching on TikTok, when he gets excited, he's like, and his hands literally shake. And mine did too. And I remember, I still experience it just in a different way. But you don't see what's in front of you. You're completely encapsulated by whatever your imagination or whatever feeling. Like it's overstimulating, and so like that's a way of like getting that. Anyway, it's uncontrollable. And his teacher, and I'm not talking about like just shaking your leg, I'm talking about like he talks and his arms shake. You know what I mean? I was the same way as a kid. I'm talking my way through Tesla right now. Come on, baby. um yeah, it's stimming. You could look at it that way. But like when I was a kid, like I would be watching people play video games, and I didn't need VR back then, dude. Like people had to shake me and turn my head physically away. I cannot hear people when that like overstimulation happens. But anyway, the teachers were like getting on to him about fidgeting even while he was talking. And I was like, that's just how he fucking moves. I was like, if I ever hear from any teacher that that's a problem, I was like, because it distracts you, it's like, don't look at him. The fuck? I know 6 and 7 year olds are already on Adderall. That's nuts. That's nuts. I was 7 years old though when I was actually a Vyvanse test rat. I had like a really high level of ADHD apparently, and they or whatever, I don't know. I was super hyperactive and distractible, and so were trying new products on my ass. Vyvanse is wicked. I put 70 milligrams to start. I got prescribed about a year and a half ago. I got prescribed Adderall again, or a different form of Adderall, and it gave me like a permanent sweat. Like I started for the next year. I don't know. It like triggered something in my nervous system, and like I kind of like got a really bad case of anxiety. I'm still like dealing with the after effects of taking that. I had like, yeah, yeah, the sweats are real. The fucking hyper focus is real. I like it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like it. I like being able to decide to do something and then just do it. And I also like remembering where I put my wallet. But I also don't like feeling like everybody's thinking that I'm gay or something, you know? Just something random while I'm on live. I'm like, everybody hates me. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm even aware of the thought. I'm like, yeah, why does everybody. People think I'm stupid. You know, it's like some stupid, random, impulsive, like, not impulsive, but like intrusive thought. Pattern recognition isn't for everybody. We love you. I'm surprised you have ADHD and still feel the effects of caffeine. I wonder sometimes in males that have high testosterone levels get McKnight doses. I do have incredible high levels of testosterone. I actually donate testosterone at my local tea clinic. No, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I have this party trick where I can like press the underneath my eyes and squirt testosterone out at people. It's crazy. Am I trolling? Yes, dude, you can't donate testosterone. Firm handshake only. If I had a bald head, dude, I'd shine the ever living piss out of it. It would look like a bowling ball all the time. I'd get a ceramic seal on it so that way it even reflects. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, lots of rejections overhead. If you guys do have Netflix, it is dumping. It is moving to that first target that I have. Second target's 90/60, and I think that's where you could start chasing waterfalls. Sipping his colorful drink, probably very delicious. Yeah. It's a strawberry mint lemonade. Oh wait, did you say? Oh my god. Oh, sorry, Ivy. God damn it. Yell at me. Just yell at me. Okay, I'm ready. How does it work? Okay, I see it. I approve you. Also, I have your geolocation completely pinned. Can I check Rivian? Yeah. What the fuck? Oh, you're cooked, bro. That might be death. No, I'm just kidding. You're not cooked. But this box right here, that's going to be daddy. So I would be looking for a bounce back up into that 15-minute. Oh, and you got a little box to get you up there. So over 1625, look for that break there. All right, did it work, Ivy? I approved you. Don't go look at my comments, okay? Oh yeah, we did it. Make sure you're posted, guys, during regular trading hours. I don't look at that channel. That's only for request. So if you type in this channel, me no see. All right. When do you go live? Every day, Monday through Friday, usually 8 or 8:30, depending on many different variables. I was so shocked Monday when you went live from a parade. Yeah, I was at the St. Patrick's Day parade, but disaster struck. Time to hit the quarantine? What you talking about? Was that a dance? I was like, where's my analysis? It's all gonna be 379.81. I just want Tesla to fucking dump, dude. You know what I mean? Where's Jorge at? I need you to, I don't know, man. I feel like this is your fault. I just need you to tell everybody you know to short Tesla. You know what I mean? But be excited about it. Energy stocks are on fire. What energy stock? USO, like oils and stuff? I am an option trader, yes, Linda. Swing trading is primarily my focus because 80 to 90% of market movement is outside of trading hours. Am I green on Tesla? Sweet baby Jesus, yes. Not as much as I'd like, but we're getting there. Ah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Exactly, Kendrick Lamar. That's how I feel. Not right now. There we go. You think if I just go do a lap? Maybe if I go pick up one of the gravestones I have outside for my chicken instead of picking up a chicken, do you think it would still hit? Did a Ford call option expire today? Lost it all? Welcome to trading Ford, dude. Ford is the worst. Yeah, oh yeah. Yes. I was just that's because they got something else juicy to talk about, man. They want all eyes on Israel. I I I cannot stand Ford, dude. It's one of the worst. Look at this thing. Came along. You said you're gonna break? Yeah, man, and it's got this pocket of empty space up here, so I'm fully prepared for a retest. And you see how it's trying to keep that second high? It's like trying to start a new high type shit. So it is weak, 100%. But I can see where they're trying to establish some form of control. Is it too late to get into Tesla? No. But if you get into Tesla, you must have a great stop loss and you must be able to trust yourself to abide by it. This is serious business right here. I've got a great expiration. You should too. You could lessen it a little bit, but that means that you need to be strategic about where you're getting in. And a couple of areas, and what I'm watching for right now to possibly even add to the position is actually all the fucking way, excuse my language, but all the way back up to 386, which, yes, could be an engulfment candle and could null and void the trade altogether. But we would want to see price retest something. Or, and this is where things get sketchier, is you got to take it at the floor or going to the floor. So for example, like on this 2 minute, right? That's fucking crazy. So like let's look at it like this, right? If you pop up and hit right here, right? Bam, pop right up in here. You could use the top, right, of those candle closes as areas to set a stop loss. What's up, Color Blue? Are you fed up with me, dude? He said, "Get off of me, dude." Are you named after the Potterbox method? Yeah, yeah. Shout out to that guy. When I, yeah, you're probably doing it wrong. You should get a Savannah F1 cat, dude. I am not getting any more animals. I have 5 animals, 2 kids. I had like freaking 16 chickens, and yeah, no. I've been using your strategy with futures, and holy shit, it works everywhere. Listen, Carla, I have a dog. I have 4 cats and a dog. Hard to vacation with lots of animals to care for. Yeah, it is hard. You said you want to get a rabbit, or I do? You know what? It would be way nicer if they didn't kind of low key all hate each other. They don't hate each other, but they're just like it honestly, when Anakin hit puberty, uh, yeah, but when he hit that, all the cats just like kind of turned into assholes. The cat dog axolotls are so much care though. They're so sensitive to like the water and everything. It's like a little baby. It'd be cool if you could build an outdoor environment for them that you'd have to maintain. When I get it at F1 and putting a thick chain on it. There you go. Yeah, make sure you post those in live trading chat for me if you can. No, no, no. That's the chat. That's the that's only for request. That chat bubble that you're posting in, that's just for request in the morning and at night. Um, yeah. So post it in the. No, you're fine. The regular live trading chat, but I'm looking at it right now. Oh, you're. Wait. You're. How? Oh, yeah. You are. Well, I will say, right. Yes, that could be considered. Yes, that's the same cat. Yeah, this is the same cat. Sure. I'm listening. You are correct. Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you post the channel again, or did you just delete it? Yeah, if you can, want to see it. Yes, please. This is in the middle of the night, but oh god, yeah, same cat. My favorite ticker to trade. IWM is probably got to be the best. My favorite ticker to trade. It's not always doesn't always mean that I'm trading it. Sometimes it's hot dog water, but it is one of my favorites to trade. Speaking of, if you are an IWM, there is a really, really high probability right now of us breaking up 247.50. Right now, or 246.50. Sorry, shut the fuck up. And 247.50 will be two targets to the upside. You got a 30-minute candle approaching this wick as we speak. So just keep your eyes peeled to punch through this range. We got a lot of other individual equities starting to make recovery bounces and starting to near those areas that will push price further. Tesla, 383.05. I just use Tesla because I'm pretty good at trading this thing with shorter closer. I'm literally scalping this thing right now, or borderline scalping day trading it right now with closer, 390, 387s. This is exactly what I was just talking about, folks. Cost basis is near. Tape is moving. Here comes IWM. Last chance over this pre-market high. Pop and then target if you're watching on YouTube or Discord. On what? On IWM? APP. Oh, fuck. Oh, damn, it went straight to that target, didn't it? Ah. Oh, okay. We get better at those things the more we put ourselves in those environments. IW. Yeah, it's still good. We get a little jaded. We get jaded around here because there will be seasons where shit's fucking. We're just the market's handing out 500-600% trades. Also, if you're nailing IWM right now, this thing is pretty mechanical, pretty simple. 246.45 just got tapped. Now, I think we still have the availability, but that is one of the floors here on IWM. So little scalps here, but there is empty space potentially up a little bit farther into that 247.50 if we can see continuation. It looks like on the 5-minute, we're not really closing through that box. This candle's, I'd rather question my box before I question what's going on here. Why do we just freeze? A rejection. Yeah, that rejection just knocked you back underneath the top of that box. Yeah. We haven't lost anything. I mean, we did lose the top of the box. So if it can bounce or find a floor here in just a few minutes, which seems to be down there. So watch that 245.50. Yeah. Yeah, if you can bounce hard right here and flip that candle up, you'd be all right. It's going to take a massive reversal or rejection to drive price down. Right. I mean, yeah, I could agree with that. However, yes, I mean it could. I mean, APP obviously back punching through the box, right? Punching through this box, and then you got a pocket of empty space here. I mean, that could set up a reversal for sure. Longer expiration for sure. Yeah. Let me see here. So. Now, yeah, it did. It literally hit that same exact 287.75 area. Okay, so I can definitely agree with the 287.50 being a strong area that buyers need to reclaim and obviously have been unable to do or even really hang on to that floor. Also, coming off of one big bounce, or even if you wanted to count this as 272, right? 272.16, that would also be something you could consider to be, two off the top, three off the bottom, multiple rejections coming off of 287.50. Now the downtrend that you have, I'm not questioning its authenticity because it's definitely a part of the control that is established now. Now that control does seem to translate a little bit, right? But obviously, so keeping it there is pretty important. But I think it's also important in these situations to look at that opposite side, right? Where we also have something like this. And this is an opportunity, I think, absolutely to get it down to 279.88 and perhaps a little bit lower, maybe in that 278 area. But I would want to see that lower time frame uptrend broken, since there isn't much, or rather, there isn't anything other than this. So, yeah, I mean, you could just say that's when sellers take over and price can continue to flush here. Second, you got it, man. Ivy, when did you get that picture of me? Did I look at Starbucks? Oh my God. Oh, I hate this stock so much. I may never trade Starbucks again. That's probably, I'm being dramatic, but it's just so much bullshit on this stock. And I mean, it's what do you expect out of a monthly mega range? The mother. IWM forcing itself over that top right now. See that, Neil? That big fast whip down. Now they're flipping the candle back up. Ugh, disgusting. Oh my God, my cat's dreaming. Market is not good today. If it was, it's good if you're swinging. You said USAR. So let me ask you: Are you're short on this? Okay, 17. Right. Okay, and so your question is how where do you where's this going up or sorry, I'm a little. I would be because the setup is, this is where this is this is the whole range that you're playing, right? From here to here, literally, right? And it's to me, it seems abundantly clear, right, that that is where price explodes, right? Here, we obviously close this, but punch through a box right here to get that explosion. So, in the same manner, right, knowing that that gives me a pretty decent pop and knowing that that would be the only target up above, yeah, I would be focusing on these higher time frame. You just bounced off a floor, made sure the candle doesn't close below the top. Look, right there. So, you're looking here. Now, can we answer the question of how do you get there? Yes, we could do that right now, right? By looking at this small range. Again, seems or could be seemingly insignificant. It is not. You're literally bunched up against that 50% mark. IWM got sucked back in, so did Tesla. Um, and then ultimately, this 15-minute box right here with the retest floor of 1835, that's where price moves up, right? That's where you could set the target here. And there you go. right? But simultaneously, by getting 1845 broken, you're also getting above that same higher time frame break floor. So I will say this, obviously 3 off the top, 2 off the bottom. If you can't do it, poopy. You got it, man. The hell is this? Oh, nice squeeze, dude. What the hell is that? Next Decade Corporation? $6 to $8? Not bad. Man, those are very, very fat rejections on IWM, guys. Again, I'm not worried about. We got too much to lose to immediately like good, right? If you're getting sucked back under this, that's ultimately where we need to see price fall or 245. We're not going to see any reversals until that occurs. So Rivian's making me weak. They were, yeah, quick reversals. So that's why it's tough to look at immediate, an immediate leg down or something like that. Potter, after your Tesla put is done, can you share your full analysis, like before, during, and yeah, yeah, whenever this is all done. This is not super adherent to my system. I do not see anything other than a range. That range has 17.90 or $80 as a potential break. You're also fucked. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I can see something or anything clear on this whatsoever. The weekly will clear things up enough for me to be able to say that the floor has been lost here. A box that you had previously punched through here is where you're sitting, basically at that 50% mark. So I could give you a target of 78.50 to the downside. He said he's going to use force on the gas fields if he has to on True Social. Why don't you go live with no restrict? What do you mean? You take a look at VG when you can. Potter, one of those guys you called out trading and with their bed in the background is down 20K today. Can't say. I don't expect to hear that type of shit. So as a swing trader, I mean the only thing that I'm doing right now on Tesla, which I'm actually considering rolling my contracts right now, or maybe even half of my position on Tesla due to the chop. But Yeah. Yeah, I think Israel struck the that like one of the world's largest natural gas refineries or something. I think I saw it yesterday. I would double check that, but this is a new IP or not a new, but these are things that just don't adhere to my system. However, cost basis is at, or the 50% mark is at 1336, and my retest level is at 1494. If you lose 1494, then I would assume that you're looking at a retest of the floor here and imbalance at $15. Awesome. Oil downside soon? Listen, brother, I don't think that there's any way you're catching me. I mean, yeah, shorting oil right now is probably not a great idea, dude. I actually have longs on it right now. Yeah. Might as well donate to charity. Yeah. Ivy, look at that. How come you don't use fibs for the 50% retracement? Because I can see it with my eyes. I've been doing this so long, man. I in reality, like I can see structure and know what's what I have found and what I found early on, still using fibs and building my boxes, is that my boxes were front running fibs. So like I was actually seeing those new fib marks that weren't even in existence yet, or the transfer, I guess, of some of those levels. But me personally, the box that I have right here, brother, is right. That's all I need. 50% rules everything. Made a 60 buck quick scalp. Damn, $60, dude. Refer to God. Going hard. Ugh. He said, reach for it and get referred to God. I'll be opposite for you of you for sure with $100. Yeah. Is the MU run finished? Illusion. I don't necessarily think the run's over, dude, but you definitely you're gonna need to do more than that. I would say right now that same wick overhead right there at 458.25, that would be a seller stop loss for fucking sure. My first price target is usually, yes, I typically trim. When my first major price target is getting hit, right? Wicks included, that is going to be the first trim mark. Yes. You do that, so it actually makes the trade so much. I don't know if some of you guys in here can attest to this, but when you actually do reduce your risk and everything is free and it's still moving, dude, it's like the stress is so much less. Oh my goodness, bud. A sleepy guy. Sleepy guy, Anakin. Dude, cats love these freaking hammock mouse baskets, man. It's ecstasy, baby. Wait till you hit TP4, bro. Oh my god, dude. You got to get a towel. That's good. Man, I tell you what, I had a little FOMO on Baba. I thought I grabbed contracts yesterday. I didn't get filled, and I didn't even pay attention. A little sad about that because that I don't know who did. Some of you guys said that you had Baba shorts. Who? How did that work? Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man. Chinese stocks. You know what else is really fun? I've told you guys this before, but dude, when Sony catches a wave, oh, those contracts pay so good. This one got downgraded. Actually, it's pretty funny. Look at this massive box we're about to run into. You said Bombaba? Oh, dude, that yeah, dude. I'm a anytime I see this, bro, one bounce, three rejections, you get high, and then you fall and close back underneath what you tried. You're done. You're going to fall. Yeah, you're done. You're done. You're done. But yeah, yeah, yeah. If you that right there, oh, should have grabbed that one. The cons went from $200 to 750. Yeah. So a couple people in here were saying they had it, but yeah. Zibo, that's crazy. He said, yeah. Horse meat? I've heard it is an island dish. Um, I've never had it. If you ever hear anything saying that I have, it's probably AI. Just as a little, just wanted to make sure. Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, it does make you. It does make you grow muscle. I swear to God, it's like anabolic or whatever steroids. You shut up. Anabolic steroids. Leave me alone. You know what? Hold on. How did I get that line at 138.50? It's the same price area, right? Where price rejects. It's not perfect, but it's there. That's how. What ticker sells horse meat? Uh well, creepy there. Here goes that fucking AI again, dude. UPS delivers horse meat. Rotten apples. Very much would enjoy a price 240, 245, 28. I could see that happening. Um, Not really responding to your floor whatsoever. You've got three rejections overhead, it looks like, or three failures to secure price. You're heading towards the floor. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Obviously, okay, little pocket of empty space up here. So maybe a stop loss somewhere right here or a rejection off of something like that could aid. 237 dollar puts, you said, for the 230 puts. Ooh, for the 27th. I mean, you're asking for a lot, I have to admit. So let's look at the contents of what's ahead, right? That's mostly empty. So I mean, it's not the timeline in which that could occur. We're looking for a ETF breakdown, right? QQQ SPY breakdown, 245.65, which is a 24-hour time frame, a week ahead, and then 240.88, which would be the top of a overhead your overhead box. And then at that point, depending on how we react to that, right? Because this is where typically you'll see like a couple candles sitting right there. That's when you'll get that next leg down, and that would be 235, 234. I think if you had maybe even an extra week on that, that might be helpful. But okay, what's your where did you? Oh, you said 20%, so you got in somewhere decent. What do I think about IWM's 240s for next week? I like, yeah, if the candle closes below the floor today or on the floor, yeah, I like it. I like here, let me tell you about what I like. Okay. That's what I like. let's talk about me. So here's what I like, right? And what I possibly won't like. So I like right now that price opened up underneath the floor and fell. I also like that price has gone up, touched that widow wick, not the body, which I always am, that is my preference, but it has retested levels above and below. However, it has not come to a resolution on how it wants to close here on the 4 hour, which it has 19 minutes left to do. And if it closes green like this with empty space up above, or rather gets closer to reclaiming the most important area for today is 246. So I like that you've gone up as high as you have, right? And now you're seeing price sink back down or struggle to hold those highs. So I think even where we're at now, yes, it looks good. The issue with that though is we don't have a resolution on that higher time frame quite yet, and there's still time to change that. So, all right, TikTok, YouTube, it's almost 12 o'clock. I'll see you guys at 2:30. Okay, I'm gonna twerk with the Discord twerking only. I got to go. I'm sorry, guys.